Hey Star Warriors, today we're going to discuss something that some of the people watching the videos have brought up to me, and it's a concern about some of the ideas I've put out there, mainly about talking about how the sequel trilogy is rehashing, copying, lifting, ripping off the original trilogy. And some people are just sick of hearing about that altogether from me and from everybody, basically. Some people have other concerns, basically that, there aren't any really new ideas out there and everything is a rehash, and that we need to be careful about criticizing that sort of thing. And I understand that concern. The issue I have with it is that it's not the fact that Rian Johnson, Disney, Lucasfilm is rehashing something for their new film. It's the fact that they're rehashing the as far as the timeline is concerned, everything that came like right before these movies. It's like episodes 7, 8, and 9, or probably 9 as well, but 7 and 8 definitely are rehashes of 4 and 5. If 9 is a rehash of 6, then all you're doing with 7, 8, and 9 is retelling 4, 5. Why would I need you to do that when I have 4, 5, and 6? My biggest problem with it really is that I've read probably, I don't know how many novels I've read, probably over 100. I'm just going to say that for the sake of this video that I've read 100 novels. And there's similarities in most of them. But I've never read one that so thoroughly lifted the plot from anything else that wasn't a remake anyway. I've never read one movie that wasn't a remake. I'm sorry, one book that wasn't a remake that was like point for point copied from something else. There's inspirations and there's elements that movies and books will take from something else, and that's fine. That's regular. That's to be expected. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But there are too many stories out there. There's too many novels, too many movies for me to believe that it was necessary for episodes 7, 8, and 9 to copy 4, 5, and 6. You're better off copying The Lord of the Rings plot for plot than you are 4, 5, and 6 with 7, 8, and 9. Maybe I'm alone here in thinking that way, though. I don't know. But yeah, I just do not respect that tactic at all. It's ridiculous. And I'm honestly surprised that there are so many people that don't see the problem with it, to tell you the truth. It's lazy for a huge movie that had a budget of $200 million, which I imagine they spent mostly on special effects. There's so much work that goes into these movies, and then for them to blow off the writing part of it is... that's the biggest reason why this movie is an insult to our intelligence, as far as I'm concerned. There's other bad stuff about the film, but to me that is the biggest thing. And I'm saying this as a person who excused it when they did that with The Force Awakens, because I understood to some point why they did that with The Force Awakens. At least I thought I understood their reasons for it. But I thought that once they had their audience in the palm of their hand, they would go their own way. And at that point, uh, it just seemed the thing to do to jump out of the palm of their hand and actually rebel against what they were doing. Because I seriously do not need, well, my thoughts at the time I seriously did not need episode 9 to be a rehash of episode 6. Seriously, all these movies and novels that are coming out there, none of them are rehashing episode 6. None of them are rehashing episode 5. None of them are rehashing A&H. Why does Star Wars have to rehash itself? What happens when 10, 11, and 12, what happens when they decide to make those 3? Are they going to rehash the prequels? Is that going to be acceptable? When they do it, is it going to be something that people still want you to be hush-hush about? I mean, these aren't like biblical movies or something where the Bible is what the Bible is and they're just going by the script of the Bible. The script basically has to be what the Bible says it should be. I don't respect going into a film that is presented as an original film and having a previous episode rehashed to me instead of giving me something original. I kind of think of this in the sense of, what if Stephen King rehashed It, but it wasn't It, it was something else, as far as the title goes. I don't know what he could call the clown. Dingleberry or something. He's got blue hair, blue nose, and just like toothless, It's like living in the Twilight Zone. This is utterly freaking ridiculous, the way that a huge company like Lucasfilm, backed by Disney, just pulled off this, whammy. It's like they're putting the whammy on everybody. Would people stand for that? Or would they, be more like me, have a reaction more like I'm having right now? I just kind of think that book wouldn't sell. And so I'm wondering, I can't figure out why some people, kind of think that we should not criticize them so hard on that because there are no original ideas. There aren't any really original ideas left. That's true. But there are plenty of original plots left. I mean, you can mix and match the plot from The Empire Strikes Back with parts of the plot from The Matrix, with parts of the plot from Jurassic World, from parts of the plot from Lord of the Rings. Almost anything. You can take bits and pieces from each and put them together a certain way. You do not have to totally carbon copy The Empire Strikes Back, change the names, change some places, and sell it to the audience and get, $1 billion from it. To me, it's like what makes this one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And anyone who's there really for more than just looking at special effects and things blow up, I would think would see that. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Feel free to disagree, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, if you're listening to this, you are the new McDowell.